Yo, what's good, stream? Oh, what's good with you? I get to watch Tekken and eat canes. I'm jealous. I just get to watch Tekken. Big E, what's good? Spooderman, Denick, how you living? Been playing Gambler Fantasy Versus recently. Fucking with it. The game is so fire. Hell yeah. Got the next Pacers game on a separate screen. Yeah, so I mean it hasn't started yet, but I do have the stream for it pulled up on my third monitor over here. I would like to just be locked into that game, to be honest, but I think me watching Tekken should probably be my priority, as it's kind of sort of my job. You know what I mean? But I will be watching both. So if at any point during the stream y'all see that I'm not locked in to the actual tournament, it is because I'm distracted by basketball. Those are the simple facts of the matter. This is a new tourney. Nah, this has been happening for years. This is the 15th one. They have it every year. Been happening since 2010, based on the math. Thunder beat both teams in 5 though. I'm not gonna lie, you're probably right. But in my opinion, I think the Pacers have the better chance between them and the Knicks, just because the Pacers offense is just so good. But the OKC's defense is ridiculous. But I mean, I kind of want to see the unstoppable force versus the immovable. You know what I'm saying? What do they call it? The immovable object versus the unstoppable force or something like that. Y'all know how the saying go. I do think OKC's just gonna win regardless, but they've been my favorite. Actually, no, that's not true. Boston was still my favorite, but I always thought OKC was the favorite to make it out of the West and make the finals. So them being there and looking this dominant doesn't really surprise me at all. Unstoppable force means an immovable object. There you go. Definitely got it pulled up on the third monitor over here. Wolves sold so much. I mean, personally, I chalk it up more to OKC just being that good than I do to the Wolves playing bad. Because like, there are certain things you can look at and be like, oh, this player, you know, just missed all these shots, or and didn't have a good game this night, or Rudy Gobert is unfucking playable. But like, those things you can accredit to, you know, how well OKC was playing. Their defense is elite. They have the MVP of the league in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They have a really dynamic front court with Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein. And they have everything. They have multiple all NBA caliber defenders with Cason Wallace and Caruso and J-Dub and Shai himself and Chet. You know what I'm saying? Like they have it all. The only thing that they really kind of lack a little bit is shooting. But even then, like, there's multiple players on that team that can have a good shooting. Like Caruso can give you 4 or 5 threes on a really, really good night. Cason Wallace, Isaiah Joe when he gets hot, even though he's a defensive liability, so that's why he ain't really been able to get no shine. Chet ain't really been shooting that well, but you know, he's capable of giving you a couple. J-Dub, obviously we know he can score. Shai obviously lives in the mid-range, but don't let that nigga start feeling it. He'll hit them pull-ups from 3. Yeah, they could definitely use more shooting, but they gonna win the championship without it, so. Born and raised in OKC, being a Thunder fan is great right now. Hell yeah. What's up, Lotus? First stream I've tuned into from you. Just got finished watching last second video. It's a huge inspiration. Keep playing. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed the video, and welcome to the stream. What do you make of the Wolves pursuing KD? I feel like it's just a slightly colder Suns team. They'll have to get rid of Rudy to make the money work. There are other places I'd rather see Kevin Durant. That's how I feel about it. No DreamCon this year? I've never gone to DreamCon. And no, I didn't go this year either. Wanted Ant to get his first ring. I'm gonna be so honest. I'm gonna be so for real. At no point ever during the regular season or this playoff run did I ever think the Wolves were going to win the championship. There was never, ever even an inkling of a, hey, yo, Ant might get his first ring. Well, I'm gonna be so for real. to watch your last video, but you stream in the top 8. That's my problem, is that like when I feel like when I post a video and then I stream, it like fucks each other up, you know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, it is what it is. At least I posted today's video like hours ago, you know what I'm saying? So it got a little bit of time to breathe before I went live. That shit was almost 5 hours ago. I tried to get it up as early as I could today, which was much earlier than the video I posted yesterday. But yeah. Yo, Zay, holy shit, thank you for the super chat, man. I greatly appreciate that. Love the content. Hey, well, I greatly appreciate it. I'm doing my best to be as consistent as I can. I know things have been rough for me for the last few months, but I'm trying, man. I'm definitely trying. Thunder 3-peat trust. We ain't even seen a team go back-to-back since the KD Warriors, so 3-peat gonna be interesting. I mean, they got everything to do it. They got a ton of assets. Their players not even in their prime yet, you know what I'm saying? They're most likely only going to get better. They're all young. A couple of them guys ain't got to get paid just yet, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got, the future is extremely bright in OKC. They could be the next dynasty, the first one we've seen in a while. What is this Vanessa Bryant pregnant rumor? That's not my, I don't know nothing about that. That would be very shocking, but that's really not my business, and I ain't got no information on that. Favorite Mishima character? Is it crazy if I say Reina? No problem, by the way. I really want the Pacers to win it all. I want the Pacers to win it all too, but I don't think they can beat OKC. Well, I think they can beat OKC. I don't think they will beat OKC. Really thought Golden State was going to win it all after they beat Houston. Them beating Houston convinced you that they were going to win the whole thing. The team that missed the play-in last year and just made the playoffs this year. Golden State beating that team convinced you they was going to win it all. They taking King today. Good shit. Oh, and I'll be right back. Alright, my fault, I'm back. Trying to get God this season was hard stuck on taking God for 8 months last season. See, I never really played enough to feel like I was hard stuck, because I feel like every time I came back to the game and was like actually playing for a bit, like I'd rank up. I maxed out at Tekken Emperor, but like I don't really think I was hard stuck there. I just wasn't really grinding. Because I mean, like, I was in the blues, you know what I'm saying? Like, early on in the game's lifespan, and then I, put it down. I came back. I'm hitting Bushin, put it down, came back, hit King, put it down, came back.
Welcome,
eventually hit
ladies
Emperor.
and gentlemen,
I think I could have got a little bit
Battle
further than
Arena
that,
Melbourne 15 Tekken 8 top 8.
If the patches keep
being
as good as they have been so far, or even better, it'll make me want to keep grinding. I think I can get a lot higher.
Ever hydrated brown man, joined here today by my
partner. You buy the new
TCG
TCG set, Destined Rivals. I don't collect IRL Pokemon cards like that.
I see Patch. How you doing, my man?
I'm excited, man. We got all these players chasing down those points. The leaderboards
are
kind of stacking up, and we got a crowd packing in
a
here in the
Naruto game that plays very
mentioned.
similar to Dragon Ball FighterZ, developed by
top
System
32
Works,
action has been
but
from
is
to post,
more
and right
akin
now,
to what we had in the first couple of seasons as opposed to what that game is right now.
Tooth and nail. This has been one of the most stacked tournaments and the most stacked
Replace Super Dash with the Chakra Dash,
of the region.
make the game, you know what I'm saying?
All right, let's look at the tour. You
I
guys
don't
got a
even
lot of
want to
stuff
daydream about it,
coming
bro.
up.
I've been dreaming about
We've
that shit for
Evo
6
Japan,
years. It's never
that's
gonna happen.
passed. We had Knee take that one out in amazing fashion, and most recently Combo Breaker.
Yeah, Zero was good, man.
Showing his dominance right there, showing why he's the ranked #1 at the moment. And we've got Battle Arena Melbourne, where we are right now. I love it, little Melbourne. And we got next in the next couple weeks.
I haven't opened a single pack on the new Pokemon Pocket set.
Then we got the
Maybe I'll record that tonight. We'll see.
Evo France for the first time ever. Paradise Game Battle, the Super Tournament in Korea, Clash of Olympians, and then capping it off with TGU, which is always the final race, the final stretch where everybody's like, I got to get in right now.
Right. The roadmap of Masters keeps on going, and also the challengers, which are more challenger events. Me and Obama were talking about it yesterday. You got to look at your health gauge in terms of travel. I would say
stuff is low-key mid, but a Black Clover
we got
fighting game would be pretty tight.
that's happening right now. You got
I mean, the thing is, if the game is good enough, I would play a fighting game based on almost any anime. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's a game that's similar to like DBFZ. Like you could do One Piece, Fairy Tail, Hunter x Hunter, Black Clover. I mean, I actually like some of those series, but
this is early in the story, and this tour goes a bit longer than the previous one. So there's a lot more events, as you can see, and the points spread is going to be quite significant. There's a lot more points with Master Plus, Masters, and more challenges. But we have the global leaderboard. This is where the points have fallen so far. Morgold, as mentioned before, just recently won Combo Breaker, first in line. 1-1-2-0 on the points. Knee coming in close second, 1100. King Ray with the 490. There is a big gap there, but they are no slouches in gaining points. And we've got Pina coming in at 4th, and we've got a lot of the World Warriors following right after and just trying to nip at their heels.
Yeah, since this is, like you said, the early stages of the story, you guys got to keep tuning in because these global leaderboards will be shifting each and every week. And what is so important is for you guys to register today to make those points count. You know where to go. It's Tekken-esports.dini-ent.net. Register today.
Can't show too much commercial right now, but
listen, man.
You know I got that thing up. You know I keep that thing on me.
And you don't register. We can't see that.
We need to see.
Please,
you know what I'm saying?
Please,
you know what I'm saying?
For the sake
just real quick,
if you are trying to come out here and destroy the world with your Tekken skills, you need to register and get your name on the list.
I might try that
don't
tonight.
Forget. Do it right now. Oh wait, we wait. Okay,
no.
Wait.
Let's do it right now.
I've heard very mixed things about that game. I don't have an opinion on it yet because I haven't played it.
We were talking about how stacked and packed this weekend has been, and this top 8 bracket can represent that, Brahma. Talk us through it.
It's looking crazy at the moment. We got Chikarin from Japan, and we got Ulsan from Korea. First match. These guys have a history, very long history, I would say. Then we got Falcons Farzine versus Yamasa Nobi. Now this one's going to be really interesting as well, and I know a lot of people are really expecting Farzine to make some moves here.
Oh yeah.
And tell us about the losers bracket.
Yeah, we got Arslan Ash versus Keisuke. That is going to be a barn burner of a match. Then you have Rangchu versus Knee. Honestly, you can shift the tides of the top 8 any which way, but it's crazy how you see how stacked both top 8 losers and winners side is. So I cannot wait for this this top 8 to commence.
And in an average top 8, you would expect everybody in the loser side to be on the winner side.
Yeah.
That's how stacked this tournament was. Every pool, by second round in your pools, you're probably versing a killer. If you weren't that guy yourself. And if you were, you were probably still versing a killer.
All right, Twitch chat, y'all want some predictions?
But now we've got Ulsan staying hydrated. Got that Melbourne coffee.
I mean, you're mentioning 2 killers, right? And these guys have put in the work. The Lars of Ulsan, what a heel turn that he was able to pull out. Lars.
Ulsan playing Lars is heartbreaking.
Also at that dojo event that you guys did organize, and on the side of Chikrin, though, has
Stop
been
Fairy
rocking
Tail
that
hate. Here's my
Clive.
thing, right?
And also,
I like Fairy
after the
Tail
tournament,
quite a lot,
he's
actually.
like,
I never
1 week
finished
left.
it, but I was reading
like,
Fairy
okay,
Tail like
all right
back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
Like when the chapters were still coming out weekly. You know what I'm saying? Like I was reading that shit for a minute.
But what we have on stage
And then
right now is
it
the
was
first
around the
match of
point,
top 8, folks.
the last
Winner's
Fairy Tail
side,
chapter I remember
Clive
reading
versus Lars action
was when
here
we
at the
saw
Midnight
Acnologia's
Siege.
human form for the first time. When that chapter came out, that was like the last time I read Fairy Tail, and I didn't have no issue with that in particular. I just happened to like not read the chapter like the next week, and I just kind of fell off and just never ended up finishing the story.
Took that one out 2-0 very clean, and he had,
but like Fairy Tail is a series that I will stand by and say that it started off very promising and really good. I think it was like a really good, you know, battle action adventure shonen series that gave you a lot of what you wanted, like dope characters, really cool fights, you know, really attractive girls, you know what I'm saying, like the, you know, the cool power system and everything. I thought it was dope. And it wasn't like, you know, the deepest writing or anything like that, you know, power, friendship, cool, whatever. But it kind of got worse and worse and like more egregious with how, you know,
that heat usage. The Phoenix Shift 4 has
unserious it was as it went on, but I didn't really mind it too much. So I was like, it's still fun to read. You know what I'm saying? Like I was still enjoying it for the action and the characters and, you know, the pretty girls and whatnot. But you know, it's never something that I would say is like a particularly great series. You know what I mean? I think it's enjoyable. I think it's fun, but it's not that good.
They do not want to make any mistakes, but that is inevitable. Ulsan was able to capitalize on a major one there to close it out.
One big scramble could spell disaster in this game, folks. Plus frames after
anyway,
plus
Lars
frames
versus Clive kind of makes me want to throw up, not gonna lie, but you know.
Now Ulsan trying to lock Chikrin down there with the quick pokes.
Knee and Arslan both in losers, correct. Knee
Chikrin
lost to...
doing a great job. We've seen a lot of players crumble under this pressure, but Chikrin, the veteran he
lost in the
is able to maneuver
qualifier to
around,
get out of
but
his
again,
pool in winner's side, and he made it loser's side. I forget who he lost to. It was Farzine. He lost to Farzine.
Just for a bit of a timeout, right? The back ones, the
for
Delta Slicer,
another
just for him
super
to
chat. How do
keep
you feel about
things safe.
Chainsaw Man? I've
Chikrin,
never read or
needs
watched
that
it, so I
launch,
don't really have much of an
scoop
opinion on
follow-up
it.
in the mid to close it for Ulsan to take round number 2.
And he's spinning there, right there. He's feeling himself. He's warming up in the.
I still don't really understand the Fairy Tail hate. I mean, I kind of just explained exactly why I gets hated on.
So
another thing with Fairy Tail is that, for one, I do think it's not that good. Like, it's not very well written, like, at all, especially the longer the series went on. But beyond that, Fairy Tail became one of those series kind of like Sword Art Online, where because it's not like the best written, instead of just enjoying it for what it is, it became like a meme or a trend to hate on it until that meme became like the norm or like the new reality. So because it became popular to hate on Fairy Tail, people started hating more on Fairy Tail, just like Sword Art Online and many other series as well.
Lets his heat go there for the plus frame pressure to push Chikrin back to the wall.
I like how Chikrin just played it safe. Like, let's
you know what
get
sucks
rid
that
of the
everyone
heat.
likes Jujutsu Kaisen? I never finished Jujutsu Kaisen, so I don't really have much of an opinion. I liked what I read of it, but I didn't think it was anywhere near as good as like niggas hype it up to be. But I think Jujutsu Kaisen is one of them, like, it's one of them series that like new niggas and like young niggas like heavily fuck with, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, you know, if that's one of like your first 5 to 10 manga or anime that you read or watch, you probably think that shit's super gas.
Work there from Ulsan. He saw Chikrin was slowly figuring out some things in that
put Aaron Neesmith on a poster
and just put a stop to it very quickly.
You know what? 2 of those rounds really went down to the wire, so you could see how well they're able to space each other out, find the timing. Ulsan, though, like you said, stopping that momentum is super important, especially up against a character like Clive.
It's amazing, and that's the thing. Clive, both of these characters currently in their versions
are
heavily knowledge check based.
Yes.
And so the way these guys are playing, they have done their homework. They have done their 8
new
hours a day.
Digimon, the game, Time Stranger.
The thing is, how do you knowledge check a 1 week Lars, right? He's just like figuring stuff out as we go. So I think that's one of the advantages Ulsan has, because, you know, it's like honeymoon phase of this character, I guess, with how he's using it. The sidestep from the 1+2.
Slow work and breaks the glass. I hope Lee has some insurance.
Damn, Lars might be my least. No, it's not even a question. This is my least favorite character to watch Ulsan play, bro. Between like Dragunov and Reina and who else was he playing? There was another character, but like the Lars, bro. Like, I mean, I'm glad he's winning, but
I think he was really hoping for that wall slide with that second shot, but Ulsan clutches it out there, takes the first round in the second game, and now trying to lock him down once again with that. He went flying. No fly zone, sir. Please land.
Yeah, we can't fly here, but we got the Phoenix Shift 4 once again. That's how he was able to open up Arslan Ash yesterday, so Ulsan can't eat too much of those.
Chikrin trying to play that range 1.5 game. You see backing up a little bit. Waiting
Have you ever
for
watched
Ulsan
Soul
to maybe
Eater? Would you like it to get the FMA Brotherhood treatment? Yes, I've watched Soul Eater.
Okay, 1+2 gets blocked.
Loved
No
Soul Eater.
We go for a burst on
I would also love
side,
for it to get the Brotherhood treatment
Chikrin
because I
return.
didn't like the ending of the
Revealed off
anime,
on the left
and I would
axis
like
and
to see
really
it get loyally
the
and faithfully
low
adapted
there
to
to
the manga.
close it
Also,
out.
Ulsan is cooking him. Like
Yeah,
Chikrin is putting up a
very
fight, but he's
knowledge-based,
not getting
solid
around right
check
now.
base, but that low from the entry stands. 1+2 engage, though, to start out the offense for Chikrin.
Chikrin letting it all fly. He knows if he does not take this round, he is going to the loser's side. So you can see he's
Also,
putting
I
it all
agree,
on the
Bliss.
table, using up his resources
I enjoyed
early,
Sword Art
and
Online though, for
Ulsan
what it's
with
worth.
the
Oh,
G-Clef.
the Knicks
Yeah,
are
the
hitting
1-1-1
shots.
Delta
Oh, hold up,
Slicer
Pascal
from
for
to be
3.
in heat. Has to be very careful here. He's got access to lightning. Lars, the god of thunder here. Ooh, low gets blocked and punished by Ulsan.
We're going to see
Maka
him take this
custom
one
for your
Lars. I
Brainless
always
5.
say
Thank you,
Lars is
thank
the
you.
#1 travel agent. Always book with him. But Clive doesn't seem like he wants to go anywhere at the moment. But he looks like he's in trouble. Back one
Damn,
into
bro.
the flip over. Running one. Chikrin staying alive. But
Shit, Ulsan cooked. I'm not gonna lie.
That Lars travel
Who you got in the
agency
finals?
is sending a one-way ticket
OKC
to
and
losers
Pacers, with
bracket
OKC
for
winning in
Clive.
5 or
Quite
6.
unfortunate there, but what an attempt by Chikrin there. I mean,
Neesmith for 3.
it's just Ulsan able to kind of open him up, cycle through his offense, really find the openings, and kind of pick apart the defenses there.
that's incredible. And again, he has not been playing this character for very long, but he has been playing the game for very long.
Oh, yeah.
So he's one of those players that
Yeah,
is
I
so
agree, man.
fundamentally sound that he can just kind of pick up a character, put the time in, and he is training
Next,
against
we're gonna
the
have
best players in the
Farzine
world. That
versus
does help.
Nobi prediction
And
going
he
up in the
can
Twitch
just
chat.
reach this point where he's in BAM top 8 running
Yeah.
the last the whole time.
I think it also helps that, this season, Lars is quite strong. I mean, we're going to see it again because we have Nobi coming up, and he has been using that Lars, so he is going to be another one. And we have yet to see a little bit of adversity being faced by Ulsan, so he's going to be waiting in the wings. And Chikrin, unfortunately, will be sent over to the loser side. So let's see if he's going to make some adjustments. Maybe he just needs a little, needs to sit on some ice or be benched for a bit just to figure out the Lars matchup.
Congrats on the
I mean,
rank up
you know,
video today.
it's
Thank
funny.
you, thank you.
I would not
I
be
did not
surprised if he
expect
has
to
a Lars
win
himself.
that much in
Yeah,
that
you know,
video, but
Everybody.
Yeah, he labs a lot. And I was actually thinking he'd bring out the Lily, but the way Clive is right now, I'm pretty sure he's gonna stick to
shit.
that Clive.
Pacers are starting
But
to
he
hit
might bring out that
shots.
Lars, might have his Zafina. Heck, maybe
I
an
enjoying the
Oscar.
3DS.
Hey, you never
A
know.
lot.
You never know. Yeah, Chikrin knows what
A lot.
He will find whether it's
I want to buy more games for it
publicly
so
understood
bad,
or not. He will find what he feels is one of the most strongest or
but I shouldn't right now.
optimal characters to use, and he will just work on them intensely. And sometimes it may be what is looked at like a rogue pick. Like for a
Farzine,
lot of
my
people, I
guy.
think they've
Farzine's
kind of
been playing
forgotten about Clive a little
exceptionally
bit
well,
as
so
as
actually
he got
would not
adjusted,
shock
a
me.
lot of people kind of dropped him and went somewhere else. But he's like, nah, there's something here. I don't think you guys are seeing it.
There's something cooking here. So we just have to wait to see how Chikrin will be faring on the lower side of things. Now on stage, folks, we have Farzine versus Nobi. Potential Victor and, I would say, Lars matchup.
I think so. Now, the last time these guys faced, I believe there was only one major time in tournament, and that was at TWT Finals 2024. So last year, just maybe 6 to 8 months ago, and that went in fast.
Crazy how Nobi dropped Dragunov.
Very strong showing.
Wow.
So let's see if Nobi here
I
today
mean,
with a new
stranger
character
things will happen. Doesn't
can
shock me that
even
much.
the
We tried the
score.
Gen 6
'cause
games. I'm
yesterday
playing
he had that
Pokemon
air
X
of
right now
dominance.
as we
I mean,
speak, and
Lars
I like
in
it quite a
particular
lot.
is just really hard to deal with, especially with veteran players like Nobi, like Ulsan piloting this character. But what I have to say with
The only
Farzine
character I
is that
really want to
he
see
plays
come
with the
back in
counter
Tekken
timing of
is
Victor so
Kunimitsu.
well,
I
plays
really
with a
liked
lot of that
Kunimitsu in
back
Tekken 7.
very well, so he's gonna have to be
I
very
know a lot of
careful
niggas
when
did
he
not fuck
comes
with
to
her,
the approach
but
of Lars here in this matchup. Midnight Siege again, what's going on here?
I think she'd be so sick in this game. Everyone dropped off hard after Gen 6, in my opinion. That's what people say.
Too much.
We gotta keep it chill here.
That's
we got
probably true,
Yamasa Nobi
because
from
I hear
Japan
Sun and Moon are
versus Falcons
terrible,
Farzine
even
from
though the
Pakistan,
Ultra games are better.
fighting
I got
to
them
make it
both.
to winners finals.
But then like all the Switch games for the most part are pretty bad.
But we do see
I know.
Farzine able to get the running.
I am looking forward to getting my
and
Switch
able
too,
to
so I can
capitalize
play
on the
Scarlet and
combo.
Violet in a
And,
not
using
garbage
using
resolution
some
and
of his
frame
heat
rate.
there to
though.
really get some extra pressure, going for the upward swipe against.
I haven't played
Very
Legends. I have it, but I haven't played it
that
yet.
upward swipe. He's got to be careful of that new move. especially in that EI stance. But Nobi, though, able to play with the heat very well, regenerating
2
it back,
Lars in
but
top
back
8, by the
two,
way.
unable to get him, though.
Noticing.
Big reversal attempt there from Farzine, but Nobi at range 0 was able to block, didn't press anything in that moment. Farzine flying in, flying daggers.
Oh,
Could we potentially get a Lars
flash,
mirror
that
match winners final?
Flash. Able to catch him off guard, so it makes you second guess your timing. And the sidewalk unable to get the launch, though.
Don't let people hate on
You're
Gen
gonna use
7
that
like that. I
Farzine
stand
flash,
by
that's
those games being good
yeah.
and a good shake-up from the normal
Nobi
format.
doesn't think so, but goes for the low stack, goes for the ankles. Farzine slashing back.
I'm gonna be
keep him at the wall.
honest.
Big back for knee into the extended animation.
You can kind of see the differences in the two Larses,
I understand
right? Always go into that,
that when you
try and
have
go
a
for the
long-running
limited entry,
franchise or series like
option there, but
Pokemon,
Farzine
at some
able
point,
to
if
actually
you're
pull the
somebody
brakes here
like
on Nobi's
myself who's been
offense.
playing the game
Huge guys
since
that gets
Generation
clipped at the
1,
wall.
you might want to
Having
see
to
something
fight back,
different or a
very close
change
on
up
but
or them
as I
like
say
take a
that,
risk and
Nobi
something like
takes a
that,
big
right?
lead, Summons lightning, good friends with Zeus, whiffs on the diving spear,
But I never really felt that way with Pokemon, and maybe it's because I missed so many of the games that when I came back, it still, you know, wasn't fresh, but I wasn't tired of it yet. But like, I've even been playing these games like back to back right now, you know, playing through games I never played before. And
job at just keeping him at bay, getting those knife swipes to just.
I kind of just like the Pokemon formula. Like, I'm not opposed to like spin-offs and like different shit. They've obviously done different stuff. Like, 2 of my favorite games of all time are Coliseum and Gale of Darkness. I think those are 2 of the best Pokemon games they ever made. But even then, they're really not that different from the regular Pokemon games. They're just like they're just what a mainline game would have been, like if it was on a console. You know what I mean? Like, it kind of. I mean, I guess they are different because you're not going like. Well, they're different, but not that different. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't stray too far from the classic formula. Anyway, that being said, I haven't played Sun and Moon for myself yet, but like everybody that I personally know that has played it does not like them. But we'll see. I also think like we've had this conversation multiple times. And you know, on recent streams, the absolute most important aspect of any Pokemon game, to me personally, by far, is the dex.
Trying to keep him against the wall, but
and like,
Farzine retaliates in return.
I've never like looked it up, so let me see. I think the dex for those games sucks though, don't it?
Farzine keeping his momentum, tried to go for that double low strike, but Nobi not having it.
Oh my goodness, able to get the gunshot to close it out. Farzine means business, ladies and gentlemen.
Excellent work. That was a very close game. The round count didn't
Okay,
quite
the dex
show
itself
and
isn't bad because it has a lot of the
how
older
close those
generation
rounds
Pokemon
were.
in it.
But both of them know
But what I
that they're
want to
gonna have
know
to
is
think
which
about
ones are
how they're
new
gonna
to this
adapt in game
generation. So
two.
let me look that up.
Yeah, when it comes to like the micro sense of things, you really have to look into the intricacies of the back and forths. Nobi, I think, once he got into heat, he really started to feel that momentum. But Farzine got a little more coming on the approach and the neutral.
That's right, and we're seeing that now. He's coming in, hits him with that counter hit right in the face, taking him downtown to the wall, and gonna get a hefty life lead.
Plus frames, it continues on with the up forward 1 series. So now, Nobi is gonna have to be very careful how he's gonna utilize this heat.
And he's throwing all the resources in because he wants to keep him here. He's doing a great job. Slowly though, Nobi finding his footing. Excellent counter hit on the low sweep and about to take his
Okay, I'm
turn
looking
back.
through Gen 7's Pokedex right now. Or like all the Pokemon that are new to Gen 7. Most of these are garbage, I'm not gonna lie. There's some good ones in here though.
Alright, excellent work here. Nobi finishes off with
Most
the
of these really suck. Lycanroc is cool.
Gives himself a moment to breathe.
Okay, that is super important here, just to kind of stop the momentum, realign, readjust,
wow,
and try to reclaim this game from
Mimikyu is
Farzine.
adorable,
One
I
round in
guess.
the hole for Nobi.
You know.
And at the start of the
Promo
round,
is
both of them
cool.
just take turns starting to push, and then they just go back and forth.
Ooh.
They hit elbow.
The legendaries are okay, I
his
guess.
Time, but a power crush takes it back, dodges the blizzard. I'm not falling.
Yeah,
for that
most of these
second
are
time.
ass.
Oh, the sidewalk, and able to actually get a good combo.
Are you gonna
here,
try the Gen
even
3
if it's a
remix?
little
Yeah,
off
I have
axis.
Alpha Ruby. Or no, I'm sorry, Omega Ruby.
Nice. Goes for the spin there, limited
right
entry.
here.
At the back four. That's father like son, man. They love just picking people up by the neck and just yeeting them.
Exactly. So the back 4 has been money
Lars
so
Mir
far on
finals will
Nobi's
cover
side.
Bleach my
Farzine's
eyes.
got to stop this momentum train.
Hey, what can
That
happen?
is Lars.
Nobody's turning it up here in game number 2. Wow, that hit, I thought for sure he got around that. Which
He is
base
going
Gen
hard
7
and
game did you
fast,
get, by the
not
way?
letting Nobi think.
I got regular
And he's looking
Sun,
like
and then I
he's about
got
to take a
Ultra
7
Moon.
golden letters. A heat smash.
That's crazy. He's
Eventually, I
want
wanna
to
collect every version of every
Let's
generation,
see if Nobi can
but, you
slow
know.
things down. However, we do
It's a
see
lot
him
of
just
money.
punching him out of the power crushes, and now Nobi trying to open up Farzine.
And He's running the current new Nobi Classic, running one mix for those plus frames in the stance. But Farzine dealing with it very well, and employing some of his plus frames himself.
Ooh, able to actually... Oh, he actually baited out the back too. And now Farzine eats lightning for breakfast.
If Gen 10
Nobi
pulled a Gen 5 and had no old Pokemon in the decks, would you hate it on site? No. And that's the thing that I feel like kind of gets like conflated or like misconstrued. A Pokemon game isn't bad to me if it doesn't include old Pokemon, but if you're going to have new ones, they have to be cool. You know, obviously I have sentimental value and nostalgia attached to and tied to some of the older Pokemon. And Pokemon X having older Pokemon from you know, gens like 1 and 2 and stuff in the game does add to it and make it more enjoyable for me. But for Gen 5, I don't think that the dex is ass because it's all new Pokemon. I think it's ass because the new Pokemon all fucking suck. You know what I mean? Like, there's just no cool ones in there. So if Gen 10 is like 150 just brand new Pokemon, I think that's really, really cool. I just hope that I think some of them are dope. You know what I mean? It's really fun and exciting to see all the new designs and all the new catchable Pokemon in a brand new generation of a Pokemon game. So it's that much more disappointing when you're like, damn, I kind of don't have any interest in any of these. One big on Scraggy and Scrappy? Fuck no.
Similarly on health, but Farzine a little bit of a life.
Not liking Gen 5 is crazy to me. That dex is garbage. Everything about those games is really good except the dex. The dex is the worst of any game I've played so far, I think.
And that downward backhand. Lars is amazingly strong. Started the round with it, but Farzine. Whoa. Igris is like, nah, you hit me.
Haxorus is sick though. Oh, you mean the Pokemon that you can't catch until you're already on Victory Road and the game is over? Yeah, he's really cool.
Got him to the wall. Huge combo here and still full of resource.
Oh my god, still keep the lightning going. The lightning storms continue on with that mid and Nobi. Excellent response in round number 2.
Perfectly even.
All right, one round apiece here in the final game.
So far, running 3 for the plus frames, but Farzine low jab to stop any momentum coming his way.
I like how they're just stealing turns from each other, just making sure they know the timing of each other. So just constantly checking, right? So Farzine still got to get some damage on the board here to keep things competitive.
Come on, guys. You got to learn to share. Take your turns, man. What's going on?
No, this is my turn.
Come on, man. You got to learn to share. All right, now big spike of the lightning.
Which Gen 7 starter do you think you're going to go with? What are the starters in Gen 7 again? Is that Rowlet?
Wow, from back turn, and also the wall was his friend that time, but Farzine unfortunately couldn't capitalize. Still continue on. He's going to
I'm probably going to pick Rowlet.
What do we got?
I'd say probably. I will 100% be picking Rowlet.
Running one, goes for the double downward strikes, but Farzine fighting back with that challenge to get to set point.
Here we have it, folks. Farzine at set point. Nobi trying to fight back. Going
Come on, Nobi. There you go.
Down below.
Make it interesting. Let's take this to a final round.
And again, he's in.
Oh, I didn't think that was going to get off in time.
That down back 4, hit off the guns, and Farzine trying to close this one out here.
It's a gun show right now. Don't bring lightning to a gun.
Yeah, decision-wise, honestly, to me, like one of the best starters all time.
Trying to capitalize as much as he can. Plus frames.
Look at all the gray life, dog. Oh my God! Stance into stance into stance into stance into. Damn.
Strike on the sword to close it.
Good shit, Farzine.
Farzine. We blinked and he just brought it back.
Obliterated the life. The way he was able to make that happen. Amazing.
I don't know. Way Farzine been playing, man.
Moving on. Gonna face Ulsan, sending Nobi to the loser side.
Okay. Nobi going to losers. That's a dangerous place for everyone else in losers to be.
Infernip is also an all-timer.
Anywhere in the top 8, you can actually argue it's just a dangerous
how niggas feel about Blaziken is how I feel about
Infernip.
Infernip is actually like one of the coolest ones.
Oh, that was all right. Let's talk. I want to think about that one for a second. So there was a lot of opportunities where Farzine definitely knows enough about that matchup where he was able to challenge at opportune points. He didn't usually get hit counter on situations where, oh, bro, you shouldn't be pressing your super minus or whatever. Yeah. You challenged at decent places, and it made it more difficult for Nobi to be able to employ the game he's been running against everybody else and found successful.
Yeah.
And especially on those, he was threatening with those parries, those reversals, the Farzine flash, and he made him hesitate a few times, and he did. I think that extra layer of hesitation did help Farzine out.
And usually, when we talk about Nobi, he's offense personified, right? He wants to be the aggressor. He wants to bully the pace. But Farzine just adds that layer with the flash, and also the down back 4 that was super well timed. He wasn't really going to the well too much about it, but when he did, it definitely counted.
That was pivotal. He chose the exact moment, and then again that goes back into, okay, is he going to start using it now, or is it just then? And then you got to start worrying about it. But amazing work. We'll see both of those guys back on soon. But right now we have Arslan.
People will be sleeping on my guy Torterra. easily one of the best grass type designs ever. Damn, because I think that's just honestly just not even just as far as grass types go. I think that's just one of the worst starters ever.
Yeah, Japan versus Pakistan. So it seems like it's.
Oh, no, sorry, I didn't realize it.
Anyway.
My bad. Japan versus Pakistan.
We got the Kazuya GOAT Keisuke versus Arslan Ash.
But Japan versus Pakistan is starting to become more and more, as more Japanese players are traveling a lot, we're seeing a lot more of that talent show itself, and that rivalry start cooking up.
Start to bloom, I would have to say, and the Japan players have been showing up. Nobi, Chikarin, as well as Keisuke, both qualifying for
So
EWC.
pissed about
and
Chespin.
also here
All right,
at
Chespin
top
actually
eight.
Chespin himself
if I
is
look at the
fucking. I love him.
leaderboard
He's just a
in
little guy.
terms
Like
of this
Chespin
one,
is
it
adorable.
Arslan Ash
I think he's
at
super
10th
cool.
place.
In Qualaden is
30
questionable.
points
I don't even remember the name of
You know, still looking
Chespin's
to get
final
more
Evo,
points.
but
He's
that
gonna get
shit is
110
actually worse than
points at
Torterra.
44th. Again, this
That's
is
one of the
start
worst
world
ones
tour,
for sure.
But you can kind of see where
Ever played any
Japan
3DS
is
Pokemon games that they
slowly
worth
making
playing?
a name for
Yeah, I would
themselves
say so.
and inserting
I'm having
themselves
fun
in the
playing them.
group chat, you know?
Well, I've only played one actual
Look at
3DS
this guy.
Pokemon game so
He's
far, and that's
here,
Pokemon
dude.
X,
He's in
and
the
I
group
really
chat
like it.
Friday
So.
night. Now, we're back. We're back at this stage. I'm loving it today.
It's always the start. It's always Midnight Siege. But I would have to say extra urgency in this match, Brownman, since it is losers top 8.
Yes, there's a lot on the line.
I just realized I had the stream at max volume, so it was probably a little bit hard to hear me at
That is
times.
so sick.
That's
my
real
fault.
snakeskin, bro. That's white.
All right, excellent punish from Pistons. Now, Kazuya, traditionally, it is hard for him to fight against characters like Nina, who are super agile, super pokey. Don't give him the space to start using his best.
I like Tepig. I hate his
The
Evos.
wall explosion, able to keep Arslan Ash at bay, but he is known to live in this type of territory. Keisuke needs to kill and kill now, and that's what he did.
Amazing work, and they use that heat dash to really use the plus frame into the stature kick, and Arslan was not ready, but as you give Arslan more time, he's going to start working out Keisuke's timing.
Ooh, we walk in, we tour in the Midnight Siege, says Keisuke. So now Arslan Ash fighting back for center advantage here, and let's see if he can make the most out of this real estate.
Now you can see Arslan intercepting, interrupting, and using off timing to stop Keisuke's offense. He felt something in the first round. He's like,
Favorite
okay, I think
water
I've got a
starter
rough
design so far?
Rough read on your rhythm.
I mean, the best
So
water
start using
starter is
that, but Keisuke
Greninja.
fighting
Like, it
back,
just is what it
activating
is.
Going full devil mode. Got the wings.
Unable to actually get the crowd gasping, but Keisuke unfortunately unable to capitalize on that. Arslan Ash showing him the gun show, while Keisuke, ooh, the rage unfortunately not going to be used. Big low by Arslan Ash to close it out.
You got a big track there with that counter hit low. Now one round apiece. Oh, gets that electric on the trade. Had extra frames to work with as well. Taking this one to the wall. Let's see what
Duwad
kind of
had
he
so much
gets.
potential, and then they
Ends up with
fumble
the
it.
Gaza.
Samurot's a really cool Pokemon,
I
but
love the
what's
Melbourne crowd. They are reacting to all the electrics, all the
Greninja
big
over
swings from
Blastoise?
Arslan Ash and Keisuke.
I mean, I got mad love for
Seconds of Melbourne.
Blastoise, but
that
I think
Melbourne
Greninja's a
Second
little bit
City
cooler.
Ends up with the laser.
Blastoise is probably a close second for me, though.
X-Ray, we keep going here, says Arslan Ash.
Napoleon's
Recovering
okay.
The life, holding on to the heat as well.
This is going to be a rough situation for Keisuke. He gets stepped on. Back to the wall, back to the corner. Arslan very good at locking you down, moving to the side.
Ooh.
Dropped
Oh my
it.
goodness.
Down forward to electric.
Big opening for Arslan Ash to make this comeback happen. He does
Damn,
have the
that
life
could've
lead.
been the-
Goes for the rage art.
Pressed.
Caught him pressing.
Going for the electric punish there is insane.
He should not have gone for that.
But I guess when you're the
theory,
GOAT.
but I think you got to follow your gut sometimes, and you think if you.
I guess this is only choice, huh?
Damage to your opponent.
Rage arts are only minus 15, so it's either electric. I mean, yeah, it's really electric or
He wants to
nothing.
be able to make sure he's got his
If you wanted
electrics
to
on point,
guarantee
pays
that you get the
bills.
kill there.
All right, we're going to use the electricity, folks. Let's leave the air conditioning on at night.
All right, 2 rounds to 1. Keisuke in the lead. Arslan was looking very strong after that first round that Keisuke took, but Keisuke finding his footing and coming back.
Ooh, 1-1s, getting ducked. Oh, big block from Arslan Ash. Let's see him make this comeback happen. Trying to push for the wall.
Going to be a hefty one. Takes it over there, activates heat. Now has a lot of situations that are available to him. Nice duck. And again,
Ooh.
locking him down.
True, and this is where Nina's wheelhouse, right? You want to play the smothering game. You want to pepper in some lows, some mids. But Keisuke does have the rage. Oh my goodness, able to actually use the dash to keep things safe.
This is looking like an Arslan round, but anything from Keisuke could start it in the other direction.
All right, final round,
Arslan
game
able
1.
to close it out to take it to final round of game 1.
Changing up the conversation just when you think you have all the answers. Arslan Ash changes the question. But
Nice.
the sidestep in response for Keisuke.
That was a big read there with that step and excellent punish. Now giving Keisuke momentum to potentially
Vortex.
take this last round.
Okay, we continue on here. Big damage
Do it again,
on
hell
the board
sweet.
for Keisuke.
Oh, my
But
fault. Don't
as
listen to
I
me.
say,
I'm a
that's
scrub. There's a reason you're up there and I'm not.
Arslan Ash to gain all this health back, as well as pop heat.
And that's the thing. You got to risk it for the biscuit. You're going to live and die.
Oh, no. Okay, that's not as bad as it could have been.
Clips him. I think Arslan was hoping to whiff punish that spring kicks, but it did clip him on the side.
Did, but Arslan still holding on to this heat. Nice interruption from Keisuke, not allowing Arslan to even
Nice
use
punish.
the heat. He does have access to rage. Jab pressure coming
Stay
from
solid,
Arslan.
stay solid, stay solid, stay solid, stay solid.
Down forward 1-2, getting those strings, trying to catch KSK slipping, but goes under the jab. He's going for that.
Oos.
One more hits all he needs. He goes for the jab.
Keisuke takes game number 1.
First game against Arslan Ash.
You got to give it up to these guys. They are betting it all in the final seconds. Big low after a big low. Quite the back.
Arslan's defense is so good.
Here. You see how Keisuke and Arslan.
But I mean, if you realize, though, Arslan's defense is what made him so hard for Knee to beat. Or is what made him so difficult. What am I trying to say? Arslan's defense is why Knee struggled so much to beat him back in Tekken 7. And then you'll realize that if you look early on, I want to say when Arslan came on the scene, Knee was still playing Paul mainly, right? And then eventually he started playing like Devil Jin and Kazuya. And was going to Kazik, he was like, well, I just got a 50-50 this nigga. Like everyone, like if I can just mix him up, like if he got a guess just like everybody else, you know what I mean? So, which is funny. Now we play Tekken 8, where it's like it's just a constant guessing game. But Arslan obviously still wins a lot, but isn't quite as dominant, even though he did still win with Evo, right? So.
And what Arslan is doing, it's a game of volume, right? Offense after offense, testing out the defense, making Keisuke move, overextend here, but the 1-1-2 finds its mark, gets the mid option as well.
Nice. Kick a bit out of range. Was hoping to get him on the ground.
True. More jab pressures. The big wipe
oh
the
my
floor
God.
to follow it up. Final seconds. Arslan
Nice down jab. Spends the heat. What's the mix? Got him.
Into the 2-hit string for Arslan Ash to take round 1.
Those down forward string variations are super strong against Kazuya, where most characters actually, because it really locks him down, as mentioned before. And Keisuke just struggling to deal with it at the moment because he needs a big movement to get out of the way. It's going to be difficult to punish Arslan Ash on a whiff.
Nice.
He's able to find that whiff. And
he needs to get space and then come in. But if he's stuck at range 0, he needs to make those hard reads
wall. Bam, 95 damage for your head to. Oh, what the fuck?
Really tight at the moment.
The break on the throw, back to the wall. Didn't break that one, counter hit throw. If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. Watch your ankles. Could be able to block in time. That's heat, spends the dash.
Keisuke had to spend the heat, but Arslan Ash dashes in retaliation. Tries to go for the DF pressure. Can he actually open up Keisuke here? Keisuke back dashing for his life.
And tracking him. He knows he's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to stagger the time. I'm going to track you and then do it again and again and again. Rinse and repeat. And 2 rounds. Again, he is kept stronger to his game plan this time, taking far less risk. Again, going for the down 4-2 electric, evidently, but not working out the second time. Maybe a third time's a charm. I don't know.
Houndoom is still super dope.
Yeah, he's actually, Arslan Ash wants Keisuke to buckle under.
Every game that has Houndoom in it, I always want to use him. But I'm not using him in X. I'm going for using Pyro or Samurai. I'm trying to use new shit.
And that was a good opportunity for Keisuke.
Very tempting to use Houndoom,
Again, as I
though.
was saying, when Keisuke is stuck at range 0, it's Arslan's territory. When he's given the opportunity to move back and even just an extra few inches,
watch your ankles. Watch them ankles.
Before Arslan's able to get something.
Keisuke's making the approach, leading the stance. He finds that electric, but Arslan able to duck under that high, continuing the combo here to find the wall and also pop that heat.
That's a nice tail spin here. Trying to lock him down. He wants to
like his mega. Yes, alright.
Second game, the guns are flying,
cool.
the bullets are flying. You got the X-ray into the wall.
I fear that's game.
Arslan
able to get the last round.
All right, tie things up. One game apiece. Arslan looked like he made a lot of great adjustments in that game.
Number 3. One of these players will be sent out of the top 8.
That's gonna be rough. Oh man, I think for a lot of people, they were maybe expecting Arslan to be more dominant in the set, but Keisuke has definitely done his homework and has really tuned up his game and tightened up over the last maybe six to 8 months. So right now, we're seeing a new Keisuke.
Yeah, definitely. Ivory Cutter to start things
What's
out.
here as well?
Arslan actually step on the gas a little more, add more bullets to this arsenal. 1-1-2 finds him in as the approach.
I mean,
now it's
off the top of my head, he's whatever tier is probably below top tier.
Nice. We're going under some of these jabs, getting very mobile. Again, hard left walks here from Arslan, the traditional way to step in Mishima, and it is very effective at the moment. What has Keisuke got in store to stop that?
He's walking right.
Like whatever you think the top tiers are, I'd put Hwadong in the tier below that.
Let's see how Keisuke will
Nothing
respond in
amazing happens
return.
here.
Goes for
Yo,
some mid
2010
options.
Viper, thank you for
Arslan
14
with a
months.
great
Greatly
punish.
appreciate
Keisuke
that.
looks like he's really banking on 1-2 extension, so he's trying to throw out that down 4-2 to catch with the counter hit.
I'm doing
Activates
good, and
you.
I hope you're doing even
Excellent
better.
Whiff punish there, goes for the spinning
Oos?
demon.
Oh, I thought he was
Yup,
going to get the wall
able
there
to
way
get
further
that
than I thought,
sidestep
though.
option, but Arzenash trying to put the brakes there. 1-2s. Oh,
Nice
able to get the
block.
And that punish final sequence for both these
Great
players
punish.
and the final seconds.
They solid. Oh, his ankles. Fuck.
Ash keeping composed. Honestly, I was like, yo, Keisuke might throw
W
that hell sweep.
downplay.
I don't know if Arsenal's
How's
gonna
that
block.
down? I just
don't
said the
know, maybe
nigga's
he's
really
reminded
good.
him.
That's
Let's see if he's gonna go
downplay?
to the option. Ivory Cutter to continue
Because I
the
said he's not
train
top
in
tier,
favor
that's
of no one.
downplay?
Keisuke needs to make this approach happen, but as he comes in just like a moth to a flame, Arzenash finds the launch.
Gets a good splat there, activating that heat, trying to close this round out. Spikes him down, goes for the upper. And that heat activation.
Love the movement, able to get the lasers, and now we see him trying to move. Duck and dive and goes for the dash in. Wow, Hell Sweep's coming out, Brown.
Breaking out the Hell Sweep in case of emergency. Uses the statue kick, gets a little bit of plus frames, but a bit far away. Down forward,
Percent Arsenal loses. I forget. I have to check the bracket.
To make a point, even on rounds, even on games.
In this game,
All right,
get
one round
any more
apiece.
evenly matched, folks. Arzenash, Keisuke fighting for
It
their tournament lives here at
was-
Battle Arena Melbourne.
Woo! Spun
Check it
around.
in.
Yo, he's honorable. He won't hit you when your back's turning. He'll wait till you turn around to hit you.
No, I want to hit you in while you're facing me, folks. That is what Keisuke is saying, but Arzenash, though, fighting back here.
Sends him over, trying to lock him down somewhere closer to the wall. Statue kick, good block.
Nice. Able to actually block the lows, the 1-1-2s. Trying to go for some corner pressure from Keisuke.
Oh, stagger timing.
Oh, what a whiff punish.
But the sidewall saved Arslan.
Quick
then
little
gets
52.
Slip out a little bit.
Nice.
Down for 3+4.
Follow up.
Okay.
Punish.
Now Stiletto heals inbound. Keisuke has some rage to work with.
I thought for sure that electric was about to hit. With punish and the ankles again. Arsenal closing out a lot of these rounds with lows.
I'm seeing some of these down forward twos from Keisuke. They're starting to look like he's electric timing, so I'm not sure if he's missing some of the options he's looking for, but right now he's one round away from getting knocked out at band 15. Arslan
Come on,
trying to go
Keisuke.
back to his
I know you can
style
take this
of
to a
working
final
the
round.
best.
Oh, no.
True cautionary hazard if you're using such a high execution character like Kazuya, but
Well-
Arzenash finding the opening here. He is definitely dominating the early seconds of this round. How will Keisuke make a comeback here?
Using a lot of plus frames.
Now we continue on. Stiletto heal after Stiletto
Got
heal.
some
We
bad
continue on
news.
with the dash in.
Got some bad news, Keisuke
Has
fans.
to use up the heat, has to use up the rage. Unable to get the mid check here.
And there we go.
I think Arsenal closed out every round with a low.
Keisuke, he's still thinking about that one. He's still
Damn.
seeing
Processing.
what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what went through Arzenash's head when he was computing the adjustments, like maybe more offense, keep him in check, like he pointed out. I like how he said the approach
Well
was
played,
more for Keisuke, but once
Arzenash.
Arzenash has closed that distance, he's really able to dictate the pace of that dance. And I mean, I guess it's cautionary hazard if you're working with Kazuya. Like the execution has to be on point.
Alright,
with
next
a
match
lot
will be
on the line.
Rangchu
You have to
versus
be able
Ni.
to make sure you are on point with everything that you do or execute.
I'm curious because I do want to ask him about that later. Those down forward 2 timings felt very similar to his electrics, as I mentioned, and they were at a distance. So I'm like, maybe it was a keep out electric. I'll ask him later. I know, as Mishima struggles sometimes. But
You would know. But man, these matches have been so intense, and if you guys want to check out the VODs, check out the highlights, check us out streaming, you check us out at Tekken and at BNE Sports on X, and for the VODs, it's at YouTube at BNE Sports. And bro, man, how can people know about the Tekken World Tour? Where do they gotta go?
well, they got to look at.
TekkenWorldTour.com, ladies and gentlemen. That's where you gotta go to get the latest and greatest news with anything related to Tekken and the World Tour. You can see the points there. You can see where the next Challenger events, where the dojo is. Sign up as well. We need to see your points. We're looking at you guys.
Don't forget.
Yeah.
You've been noticing. Some of you guys have points. You didn't look at it. But we'll let you guys go do that now. You're in timeout. Go over there. Catch you guys soon.
Beloved rhythm games, Patapon 1 and 2 are back together in one bundle. Patapon 1+2 Replay. Hopelessly lost and full of despair, the Patapon sent out their bravest in search of the Holy Drum. With the legendary drum in hand, guide the Patapons as the new Mighty One to Earthend. Advance, full speed ahead. Attack, ready, aim, fire. Connect combos with various commands. Got the fever! The original fun is still there.
If the Knicks don't make the finals, they're a bottom 5 team that's trash. Doesn't matter what their record says. Hey, well, it's all tied up right now in this game 6, so.
With delicate and mysterious Patapons, let's make some noise for fever time. We're waiting for your drum tones. Patapon 1+2 replay.
Arsenal's the GOAT. I will no longer deny it. Niche still my GOAT, but you know, Arsenal is up there. Tyrese, use the devil magic and my life is yours. Knicks have such an ass offense, but the pace is too slow and favoring them. And we'll see, the Pacers tend to pick it up as it goes along, so. I forget his name, but it's the Pat Steve player. Need and Ash. The Pat Steve player. Definitely got a new game. That game's been out for months. That was one of the first videos we did on the squad channel. Who do you think will reach the grand finals? If I were to guess right now, Ulsan and Arslan. Is my guess. Big three from Obi Toppin. Oh, when you said Pat, you meant Pakistan. Well, yeah, I could have said Numan then. I didn't know what you meant by Pat. Yeah, Knee's still in the bracket. His match is actually coming up next.
And welcome back, folks, to some top 8 Tekken action here at Battle Arena Melbourne. Parched by some Brown Man at your service for this one, and we're still at the loser side of things. Tell me about this next match we're about to see, Brown Man.
We're gonna see Rangchu versus.
Wish I could see more Leroy Smith in these top 8s, but it's always the same
Korea.
characters. I don't think it is. I think the only times you see the same characters is because it's, you know, some of the same players always making it, you know.
True.
You see Nia a lot in top 8, Ulsan,
Arslan.
Arslan.
Figured out it was 2-1. Now
You know,
we're heading
Rangchu.
towards our
I mean, we look at the
last
bracket,
percent
you've
of
got
losers round 1. It is going to be Rangchu versus Ni. The winner will have.
You got
the
2 Lars
prize of
players, you got
facing
Brian,
Chicken.
you've
If
got
that is a prize,
Panda,
this gauntlet of
you got
back and stack Tekken matches really never stopped
Victor.
here at Battle Arena Melbourne. We have our 2 Titans on stage already.
back at the bracket. Kazuya,
Both of these boys
Nina.
are
That's a
extremely
decent amount. There's
strong
only
right
one
there,
repeat
in
character.
amazing form.
And it's
I
a
think
character
Rangchu's a
who,
little bit behind
prior
on-
to this
on
patch, you
performance
really
at the moment in
didn't
the
ever
points
see
he
in
got,
top
the
8.
points total.
Oh, yeah.
But Ni got a big boost from me.
Ni's like top 3. Ni right
Big
now
shot,
is at
Tyrese.
second place with 100,
Took his time with that one.
1,100 points, while Rangchu is at
Don't know
ninth
what happened
place,
to the Knicks on defense there, letting Tyrese have a shot
395.
that
You
open.
did talk about the disparity, the first to third.
Yeah,
and
Tibbs did
everyone
not
else,
like that shit. He
but
called timeout
my
immediately.
goodness, big back
Nothing.
Yo,
on
scared
line
gun,
and
they get the 5
see.
months, greatly
Unable to
appreciate it.
capitalize,
Alright,
but
we got
still,
Knee
that's
versus
on
Panda.
Rangchu's side.
Well, yes, but Knee versus Rangchu, Brian versus Panda.
We were talking about
punish,
the save
big counter hit
before
back
as well.
one.
Another chopping elbow.
Midnight, oh god.
I think this is the
Oh
official
my god, he gets the
BAM
wall blast.
15 stage.
Yeah, that is
And then the heat
true.
burst. Bam.
Midnight
Bam, bam,
Siege.
bam, bam.
Able to
Oh,
get
not
the bullet,
quite.
but unable to
Oh
finish
my
the
god,
combo,
he's
but still
fucking
he
dead.
slats Rangchu.
And Ni has assigned Rangchu to that specific wall.
Stay there. Timeout. You're in timeout.
Time out. Big Bear in Bumblebee costume. This is we call this here the Benson fit. Our
Oh,
local players.
shout out Benson the Bug. Let's go. X-Ray as well. Hey, Brown Man, would you rather face a brown bear or a panda?
I don't know. What about a coyote though?
I'll take my chances on the bears, folks.
Understandable.
So now, able to get the low sweep. Goes for the power crush, but now, nice escape by Ni.
All right, spacing it. Now Ni's. I think that was the biggest period of time that Ni didn't press a button on offense just then, and it did cost him that. Rangchu taking the second round.
So still a back and forth battle we go. Remind me again on the, wow, okay, later on, like the results are like the matchup knowledge they have on each other. Another bear bite here just for the X-ray, but still early in life, it's still all good.
Goes to the Big Bear X. Activates heat, trying to fight back. Down forward for a stubby leg, but did reach the distance. Goes to the mini hop kick. Excellent punish from Ni. Has heat, trying to push him against that wall.
Okay, cannonball strike just for more plus frames. Got to duck that. Oh, trying to go for some taunt pressure. The movement.
Oh,
the light
wow,
down,
that
the
was so
back
smart from
throw.
Rangchu.
What's going
Holy
on?
shit.
He went for a nap, rolled over, some drunken master
Big counter hit,
technology.
though.
But
They can
here we
caught him
go,
out of a
Ni
hell sweep.
trying to take it back to the wall, and you saw what Brian's like to do with the wall.
that was
and
weird.
a lot of big body stuff happening here.
Ooh, cannonball strike once again for more pressure, but
Panda better than
able
Kuma
to
now? Most
close
people would
it
say
out,
so,
putting
yeah.
Finishing touches here to take round number 3.
Which is probably,
Dash on his
you know,
corpse to assert his dominance, crazy work, but now absolutely
favorable
ragdolling this
or
man.
preferred by Rangchu. I think he
Always
likes
starting out
Panda
the
more than
round
Kuma
like
anyway.
that. So let's see if it's going to catch on,
Nice.
but an orbital well placed is going to find its mark, and Ni now pushing for the wall.
And had to use a shorter combo there to take that wall and get a good splat. Excellent wall combo again, just threatening with that taunt. Hasn't been successful so far, but all it takes is one.
Very
Heat
nice.
smash, jumping Ni, and a huge life lead.
So quick on the trigger there, but we're going swimming at the Midnight Siege. Rangchu taking out the beach ball, but Ni with a life advantage, significant lead here, and also pressure, but the bear hell sweep, folks.
Big commitment. You saw Ni
like
trying
Tekken
to
has
lock
the worst
Rangchu down
stages
with
in
the
the
jab,
series.
sidestep jab,
Nah, that's
but
Tekken
Rangchu
7.
had a big commit,
Stages in
expecting
Tekken
a small
7
button on the
fucking
screen.
suck.
Sidesteps.
Wow.
Arctic
Ni
Snowfall
pushing it
might be
out
the
with
absolute
Ni
worst stage in all of
pushing the
Tekken.
punches.
Yeah, able to actually capture
Brimstone
the
and
big
Fire
body,
fucking
actually
sucked.
just, not to the advantage of Rangchu.
what other
I'd have
stages
to
did I
say,
hate in that
Midnight
game?
Siege, really good pressure. A lot of the damage did excel back against the
There's
wall
more, I
here.
just can't think of the
So
names
going
right now.
with the Kuma here, you know, he's smarter than your average bear.
I hear that. If, I don't know.
I like
if
a lot
he
of the
was
stages
smart,
in
I don't know
Tekken
if
8.
he'd be in the face punching business.
That is true. I don't know. Let's see how smart he is going up against Brian here. Changing out the beach ball for the salmon and electric.
Nah, I've never
He hungry.
done shit in the fight lounge.
Electric Salmon sounds like a sick band. I'm not gonna lie. Extra plus frames on that downward strike. Now Ni, just a bit cautious, spacing out, waiting for.
You like
to see
Violet
what
Systems?
type of style
Nah.
Rangchu's trying to play this time.
Through, trying to go for those swipes down below. Goes for the heat. Oh
Kinda
my
boring.
god, blocked into that counter, that knee.
I think that's his namesake.
True, living up to that. Oh, unable to follow up though, still holding up the Snake Eyes and the Heat. Goes for the Salmon Smash, but Knee gets swiped before you go for the Cannonball Strike.
Again, rolls
Kinda
away.
suck. Yeah,
Seems
definitely not
scripted.
my favorite. Like I
Telling
said,
you,
I
man,
think
he's
Tekken 7
smarter
has
than
the
your
worst
average bear,
stages.
but you got to close out the rounds, Rangchu. Can he actually find the finish?
Alright, let's go with the Snake Eyes.
And then
and the
what's the one
two
joint called?
out there for Rangchu getting on the board.
Yeah,
the stage with the multiple breakable floors that King players always pick.
Of any of the players this week for the 2-1s, but
Forgotten Realm, I think it is. That fuck that stage. I hate the lighting on that stage. Also, just like fighting King on that stage.
Perfect timing.
Oh, nice wake-up option there by Rangchu. Knee able to get the elbow and push for the wall once again. Not much life on Kuma's side.
Gets the doesn't charge it up there.
Okay.
Back to the wall though, Rangchu in trouble, and Knee just using that lateral movement.
Ooh, gets the electric and the bear swipe here just to add more pressure. We're going coast to coast, folks, courtesy of Rangchu.
Likes that big butt bump there, huge damage. Rangchu fighting back. Ooh, went for the Brian electric, but nobody.
All right, Rangchu turning up here in the second game.
Bear breath.
Yep, true. Bear's breath turns the floor purple here. Engage once again. Bear electrics. Beware.
At the start of the set, Knee was finding great success with the chopping elbow.
Yeah.
He's gone back to it a few times since, and just Rangchu.
Pac-Man will also have much before, but yeah, but at least that stage looks cool.
Much reward as before.
At least that's how I feel about it right now. We'll see once it's actually in the game.
He's able to go for the counter hit, and now Knee activating the Heat and also activating the floor break.
Yeah, Vermilion Gates was the best Tekken 7 stage. That shit was really cool.
Got that Heat ready to go, but Rangchu fighting back. No resource of his own, but uses that grab break.
I'm also not a big fan of Infinite stages.
Unlimited Snake Eyes, you want to roll that.
It's like I kind of like Infinite Azure 1 and 2 because like they look really pretty, but
Cannonball Strike.
I don't actually like Infinite stages very much. Like those stages kind of like were pretty and then also had like some of the best music in the game. So you know, and I think Tekken 7 soundtrack was garbage.
Or Rocket Salmon.
Like I think Tekken 7 had some of the worst stages and easily the worst soundtrack in all of Tekken. That shit fucking sucks.
Shout out to Rangchu, able to actually tie things up. Again, big implications for this matchup, folks, because they are fighting for their tournament lives.
And we did see
I don't know who that shit is like, who the target demographic was with that garbage ass soundtrack, but it wasn't me.
Their score currently, as far as the official tournaments are concerned, Rangchu 2, Knee 4 in sets. And their last set was at Evo Japan. Most of you probably saw it was 0-2 Knee's way. He was on fire that day. Let's see if Rangchu can start.
Did you watch VDX's video on Tekken music recently? Nah, I didn't.
Or will history repeat itself, right? Knee starting out with some conservative offense, but let's see some Bear G-Clef cannons here.
Going for it. There goes the bear stance, spikes him down.
All right, Knee, clutch up, boy.
Didn't get the hit confirm he might have been looking for, but still in a reasonable position.
Yo, he throwing paws, jabs, electrics. Let's keep him at the wall, folks.
The butt damage at the end. Looking to close it out.
Nice low parry.
Clutch, low parry. Trying to get a big combo here.
Nice. Gets the wall break as well. Activation station. And we see Knee pushing for the wall here. Charge it
Oh
up.
my good.
Ooh, didn't get what he was looking for. Maybe perhaps got an up forward 4 instead of up forward 3+4. And might be paying for it here. Goes into bear stance.
That just cost him the round and potentially the game.
Beware of bears, folks. That was crazy. Finding the opening there. Unfortunately, unable to get the orbital. Got to be able to know what combo to do for the bear bodies. But we do see another can for the hip smash here to stop the offensive Knee.
Who allowed a bear to move like this? Heihachi.
That was a very good.
You can blame Heihachi for that.
He had a feeling, and he's been hitting a few of those. He's very good at that. Tries to get a bear X near the wall. Going for those lows. Knee again chipping as well.
Yeah, who says bears can't kick? You got hell sweeps, you got cans, and now this bear looks like he might have the wall. He has this electric though. Rangchu looking real strong in round number 2.
No.
Bear breath.
Not like this.
Close out with the bicycle kick into the spike down. And here we go.
Come
This
on,
might
Knee.
be set point here for Rangchu.
Trying to just jab his way for the offense. Blocks the low hatchet kick attempt by Knee. How will Knee make this comeback? He is known for this, but the wake up by Rangchu.
Thinks he's the Undertaker out here.
We do an abs day. Yeah,
brother.
exactly. Rising.
All right, going for it. He's got that heat. He wants to make it hurt, and he does.
GG,
Gets
yo.
that big heat bear electric, and that's to potentially break a wall. No,
Fucking
spikes him
hate
down,
the bears,
takes the
man.
free damage.
Rangchu's so good,
One
though.
more hit is all he needs. 3+4 tried to keep him out. The Salmon's out.
Wait a minute!
Big Brian Electric might break that wall, as I mentioned before.
And he actually do it though. Okay, goes for the Vulcan Buster.
Hold.
Keeps the real
Hold.
estate advantage. Has
Hold.
and charges it up, folks. Rangchu and
Oh
big
shit, it's
trouble.
not over
Knee with
yet.
Snake Eyes and
Wait.
Range, but unable to get it though.
Runs in with the bear stand,
Okay.
but Knee
Hold
keeps
on.
him out with the
Hold
forward
on.
to Snake Eyes.
Hold on. That's my
Staying
god.
on the board and staying alive. 2 rounds to 1 at the moment. Starting off the round with the bear stance, goes for the plus frame charge.
Full advantage here from Rangchu, still at set point here. Knee still living on a prayer and hanging by a thread here. He needs to stay alive here, slow things down, and find his
That's where we go. Knee was tying his shoes and saw a high.
Hits the wall.
punished it, and now
Heat burst.
on his
Bam.
way to
Bam.
potentially
Bam. Bam. Bam.
taking
Bam. Bam.
the final
Bam.
round. Big machine gun punches at the wall. Heat smash.
Heat smash.
Trying to keep him there.
Low.
With something.
Charge it up on him.
Okay, now
Oh,
it's
did charge it
Rangchu's
up.
turn. Unable
What the
to get
fuck?
it off axis. Trying to go for some electrics. He doesn't have Snake Eyes or Heat, so this is Rangchu's
It's okay.
big
It's not okay.
opportunity to
It's
go for
okay.
the Salmon Smash.
Salmon smash in and he's
Stay calm.
running
Stay calm.
forward to it. It goes underneath the mid.
Goes under
Anybody's
that. Why
game
does
at the
that go
moment.
under
Dashing
that?
each other's face. Knee trying to check with the down forward.
No.
He punished the grab with his own grab.
Able to get the victory here.
Fuck.
Pair of bears.
Well
Those
played,
two
Rangchu.
Bears here, and bam, and Rangchu sending Knee out of this tournament. But Knee sitting well.
Fucking
with
hate the
points. I'm
Bears.
pretty sure top 8 placement is still very good in terms of the leaderboard standings.
Well, amazing. That was crazy. We need to chill for a second. That was insanity. That could have been anyone's game. And again, Knee was looking very strong early on.
Yeah.
You know, really had his time. He got those counter hits, and Rangchu was just able to bring it back. And one thing that I've always noted with Rangchu is, for whatever reason, he's very good at either reacting or just having the feeling for when big lows are coming.
Yeah, he
And
does.
he punished quite a lot of hatchets, and I think for a lot of the light ones, he's like, look, I don't want to have to employ the mind game anti-strat to
Yeah.
do it. So I'll just let a lot of these lows go, and then just worry about other things.
Yeah, and then when push comes to shove, he's able to actually capitalize on that. One thing I also like noticing is his jab timing is just so good with the keep out. His 2-1's really good. And like you said, man's the Undertaker. The way he just wakes up and knows.
Wakes up.
And we saw a lot of instances where he rolled around. He just knows how to play the ground game really good. Can't wait to see how this is going to shake out. But we can't rest
All
just
right,
yet. We
Arslan
still got to keep
versus
going here in the loser
Nobi.
side of things. It's Nobi versus Ulsan. Oh, sorry, Nobi versus Arslan Ash.
Is going to be a big one. I think the Lars versus Nina, or maybe there's a counter pick.
Prediction is up.
Nina might work fine, but depending on what his mindset is.
Yeah, hey, it might be a Lars mirror. I know.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah.
Arslan has been known to have the Lars.
Yeah, and he also made the Lars at one point for a little bit. But the Nina has always been his rock, his go-to character. And it seems like we might be seeing that.
As a
Nina.
Chicago fan,
He
I
did
fucking
lock
hate the
in with it,
Bears,
but
too.
It seems like
Yeah, I bet.
we're just gonna
The
wait
Bears.
for the next pick.
Oh, the Steve.
Okay.
Yeah, we will unfortunately not be getting an
Character.
Arslan
I think
Ash
his
versus
character's
Knee
old.
matchup
Yes, I can't wait to see this.
in this
Shout out to all the
bracket.
Steve mains out there.
Oh, Jarris Walker.